Samsung's next-gen Galaxy Z Fold 7 is creating buzz for all the wrong reasons. From controversy over its actual thickness to bold claims about battery breakthroughs, the truth might surprise you. In this video, Technology Review dives deep into the leaks, the lies, and the specs you haven't heard about. Has Samsung crossed a line with its foldable marketing? Find out now. Script/article approximate 3,000 words. The buzz around Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 7 is heating up, but this time, it's not just about what it offers. It's about whether we can trust what we're being told. The Z Fold series has always pushed the boundaries of smartphone innovation, but with the Fold 7, things are beginning to look a bit suspicious. Every year, Samsung hypes up its latest foldable, and 2025 is no different. But lately, a wave of skepticism has hit the tech community. Why? Because the company might not be completely transparent about one of the Fold 7's key selling points, its thickness. At the center of the controversy is a seemingly small detail that could unravel a big part of Samsung's marketing narrative. According to several insiders and a few well-known leakers, Samsung's claim about the Fold 7 being the thinnest foldable device yet might be more fiction than fact. And when we peel back the layers, it becomes clear that the way Samsung calculates its numbers is a bit of a technical sleight of hand. Samsung recently revealed that the Fold 7 would be just 5.6 millimeters thick when unfolded, a figure that raised eyebrows in the tech community. Why? Because that number doesn't add up when you compare it to the folded thickness of the phone, which reportedly stands at 12.1 millimeters. If you unfold a 12.1 millimeters device, it should logically be closer to 6 millimeters, not 5.6. So where's that missing half a millimeter? That's where things get murky. According to sources like Ice Universe, Samsung isn't including the full width of the device's outer edges. More specifically, the bezel, in its official thickness measurements. These aren't camera bumps or accidental protrusions. These bezels are deliberately engineered, meant to protect the foldable display from impact and stress. Omitting them isn't a mere oversight. It's a deliberate attempt to portray the device as thinner than it actually is. The idea is simple: marketing matters. When you're in a race to claim the world's thinnest foldable title, every fraction of a millimeter counts. And in this hyper-competitive space, Samsung seems willing to do whatever it takes to stay ahead, even if it means playing a little loose with the truth. This isn't a standalone issue either. A very similar controversy surrounded the Oppo Find N5, which was also marketed as being thinner than it actually was. Independent reviewers who measured the device manually found discrepancies between the claimed and actual numbers. So clearly, Samsung isn't alone in stretching the specs to gain attention, but that doesn't make it any less misleading. Now, it's worth asking, why does thickness matter so much? In the foldable world, every fraction of a millimeter directly impacts usability. A slimmer foldable device is more pocketable, easier to hold, and gives off that futuristic, ultra-premium vibe. It's not just a spec, it's part of the Fold identity. That's why this misrepresentation hits harder than it would on a traditional phone. This battery design helps manage thermal performance more efficiently. That means cooler charging temperatures, more consistent battery health, and better durability over time. Swelling, one of the long-term killers of lithium batteries, is less likely thanks to the rigidity of the metal enclosure. Despite this innovation, the Fold 7 is expected to stick with a 4,400 mAh capacity. While this might seem like a missed opportunity to expand battery life, you have to remember that the device is getting thinner. Achieving this balance between battery life and a slimmer form factor is no small feat, and even with that same capacity number, performance might be better thanks to improved efficiency and thermal control. Interestingly, Apple quietly introduced a similar battery tech in the iPhone 16 Pro series, signaling a broader industry shift toward stronger, more durable battery construction. It's clear that Samsung is now taking notes, and maybe even preparing for a bigger battery revolution in the Galaxy S26 series. But there's more. Even though we're talking about foldables here, you can't ignore how decisions made with the Fold 7 might ripple through Samsung's other flagship lines. For example, multiple reports suggest Samsung is preparing to eliminate the Galaxy S26 Plus model entirely. That move could be Samsung's way of doubling down on foldables and the ultra-tier experience, cutting out the middle ground to push consumers toward either budget or premium. The Fold 7 could be the bridge in that new strategy. If it proves to be thin enough, powerful enough, and desirable enough, it can finally stand as a viable alternative to both the S and Note series models, combining productivity and portability into a single premium package. Still, the question remains, are we willing to accept a product based on stretched truths? Samsung has been the gold standard of foldable phones for years, but transparency matters. Consumers today are more informed than ever. We have teardown videos, real-world measurements, and a global community ready to fact-check every launch event in real time. If Samsung really wants to secure its lead, it needs to focus on authentic innovation, not smoke and mirrors marketing. The Fold 7 has plenty to offer. A more immersive display, smart battery upgrades, and refined form factor are all worthy improvements. But if the message is clouded by overblown claims and marketing spin, those real enhancements could be overshadowed by skepticism. As we move closer to Samsung's official announcement, one thing is clear. People aren't just buying specs anymore, they're buying trust. In a world of AI renders, exaggerated claims, and social media hype, credibility has never been more important. If the Fold 7 delivers on its true potential without pretending to be something it's not, it will undoubtedly continue Samsung's reign as the king of foldables. But if this becomes yet another case of twisting numbers for the sake of headlines, Samsung could find itself losing the very loyalty that built its brand in the first place. So, will the Z Fold 7 be a game changer, or just another overhyped sequel? We'll find out soon enough. Until then, stay tuned to Technology Review for the real story, beyond the spec sheets.